Okay, wanna get off the ride now?
Initializing. Welcome to Metal Robot Reviews.
Welcome to the Metal Robot Reviews channel. I'm your host, Tom McKay, and yes, in fact, that was a very weird time stuck in that hourglass. I'm sure you have many questions regarding it, and I'm happy to go over them super quickly before we move on. So, first things first, how did I get in there? Did I get sand up my ass? And am I willing to go back? To which the answers are, I don't know, more than I'm comfortable with, and God no, it's coarse, it gets everywhere. Akiavel are a 4-piece death metal band from France, aka not Quebec. Seriously, what are you, Quebec? I live in the province right next to you, and I still don't understand you guys whatsoever. So Akiavel are a relatively new band in the metal community, having only been around since 2018, having released an EP and full length during that time. Now, this is actually going to be a bit different from my previous reviews and many other reviews, where I usually go in blind with a band, having not heard a lot about their sound. In this case, I have heard a bit of these guys before, primarily with the Frozen Beauties music video that has garnered the band quite a bit of attention this past month. And for very good reason. With this song, it got me super hyped for the full release, with aggressive riffs, melodic choruses, hard-hitting drums, and vocal growls lower than my self-esteem. There's just so much to love about this sound. But the question is, can Akiavel keep up that clout throughout the whole 40-minute experience? Can we expect the consensus to be positive in this regard when it comes to that single sound? Well, let's not waste much more time. Let's get straight into it. Already feels dirty. Yes! Oh! That is so dirty! Oh! I'm in for a treat with this one, aren't I? Chunky! Ooh! I'm gonna enjoy this, aren't I? Oh boy. I do want to kind of point out here, because I'm noticing this pretty early on in the song and in the album. Maybe it'll play out through the rest as well, but I'm noticing that the production feels very polished, while the composition feels so dirty. Like, I don't know how this is going to play out through the rest, but it's almost like if black metal gave a shit about the production. It's one of those kind of things, and I don't know how to feel about it, but I'm glad I'm hearing it. Okay, this chorus feels very alt metal for whatever reason. I can't put my finger on exactly why that is. But then that freaking chord change comes in and it just reminds us, oh yeah, we're not that pussy shit here. What the fuck? Oh, we're getting a build. I think we're getting a build here, folks. Oh. Oh, we're getting something here. We're getting something here. Okay, wanna get off the ride now. That has to be the most death metal riff that death metal could ever death metal in the history of death metal. Death metal. You see, it's stuff like that that's making me really enjoy this album so far. It's very clearly leaning towards a death metal style, but the fact that they're willing to incorporate melody in a way it's sort of like heavy metal or modern metal, it really works. I mean, sure, I know melodic death metal is a thing, but I don't think that's what's actually happening here. Especially, considering what other melodic death metal bands sound like. These guys do not sound like that. It sounds like a straight death metal band that just happens to incorporate a little bit of melody every once in a while. And it really works. playground of murderous children? If so, then I think I'm just going to slowly back away while I push my friend forward. Am I traveling through space? Nice use of jet there. Say, when you play it live, does it make everyone do this? Hold up. Pardon me for not paying attention, but is this the first instance we're getting clean vocals in here? Because if so, I'm all in. Okay, can we take a couple seconds here to appreciate the contrasting titles here? Because on an album with songs like Bind, Torture, Kill, Needles from Hell, and Pentagram Tattoo, we have a song called Mommy, I'm Capable. I'm sure like the actual content is just as fucked up as the rest, but just in titles, in terms of titles, the contrast is amazing. It's like black and white, apples and oranges, Five Finger Death Punch, and good music. You know, it's very, it sticks out like a sore thumb. They're so different. You know, this intro kind of reminds me of like a death metal version of Odium, like 2008 Odium, At the Bottom Odium. You know, do you know who Odium is? If not, you need to look them up. They're actually really good. After it dies. Okay, we're right at the album fade out. Okay, so that's the end of the album. Fantastic. All right, well, tell you what, let me finish my drink real quick, and then we'll get straight back into the outro, okay? Nice and quiet. God damn, you couldn't have waited at least a little bit? Well, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna finish my drink whether you like it or not, and there's nothing you can do to stop me, so... I really hate this reality. Overall, Victis is a vicious and venomous release that takes death metal and twists it and turns it into something disturbing and vile. Let's not kid ourselves, aside from the guitar work from Chris, Jay's thunderous low end, and Butch's grooves, Ore's vocals are going to be the highlight on this album. True, she's not really doing anything new compared to other death metal vocalists before her, but her ability to show up other male vocalists in the genre is uncanny. She kind of reminds me of Tatiana from Ginger, in that the second she cuts teeth, you're immediately terrified to go back to the dentist. Through and through, Akiavel wrought forth a melodic, heavy, and even dirty melodeath album that many fans of death metal, melodic death metal, and even black metal need to get their hands on. Sure, it's not really doing anything new, but honest to God, you don't really need to in this case. They still stand out amongst their peers in the death metal community, and they shine bright. And in terms of that single sound that we were talking about for Frozen Beauties, it shifts and morphs throughout the rest of the album into something that seems different, but also keeps its identity intact. So if that sounds like something that's worth your time, then most definitely Victis is going to be worth your time. And Akiavel is worth keeping an eye on in the future. 14 out of 15, because I spent 14 hours in that goddamn hourglass, and I will never do that again! Do not make me do that again, please. Never put me in an hourglass. Oh my God, I was suffering. So that was Akiavel's Victis. What did you think of the album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you hoping that you don't get trapped in an hourglass? Too bad. Let me know in the comments anyways. But other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, ring that fucking bell. I'll see you in the mosh pit next time. Have a good night.